Good afternoon to our esteemed professor and to my dear classmates. Our topic is Student Paper Setup Guide, the 7th edition using the APA style. This presentation will be given by Sir Jeffrey Amogus, yours truly, and of course, Ma'am Christy DeRoy. But before that, let me ask you a question. What is the deadliest animal on earth? Is it a tiger, a lion, a crocodile? Well, the World Health Organization tells us that the deadliest animal on earth is not a tiger, rather it is a mosquito, which kills around 1 million people each year. That tells us that even one small animal, small insects, can cause so much havoc to humanity. Another question, what is the most deadliest animal? What is the most dangerous part of the body? Is it the hands? No, it is not. It is the lips. The spirit of prophecy tells us that every idle word, every little word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. The Bible tells us, for by words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. So small, little tongue, be careful what you say. Now, little time, the last 2 minutes made a lot of difference in the game between Philippines and China. The 10-point they were able to win just 1 point because of the last 2 minutes. Yesterday, I unfortunately experienced a fall when I stepped on a small soap in the bathroom. I slid and injured my arm. But I praise God that the injury is not that extensive. But the point here is little things matter. So this morning, we will talk about Student Paper Setup Guide. This involves small details in our scientific writing that can facilitate our writing of our research paper. These are matters that are small, the details, but as they say, the devil is in the details. So where did APA style came from? The APA style provides, but before that, APA style, why is this important? This is important to facilitate precision, clarity, and in scientific writing. So where did APA style came from? APA style originated in 1929, where a group of psychologists, anthropologists, and business managers convened and sought to establish a simple set of procedure or style guidelines that would codify the many components of scientific writing to increase the ease of comprehension. They published this psychological bulletin describing standard procedures to which exemptions would doubtlessly be necessary, but to which reference might be made in case of doubt. So why is APA style needed? Again, APA style provides a foundation for effective scholarly communication because it helps writer to present their ideas in a clear, precise, and inclusive manner. So we go to the setup. Before you write, you have to observe margins. Use 1-inch margins on all sides of the paper, top, bottom, left, and right. Font, use a legible font that could facilitate so that the readers will not have difficulty comprehending that. Many fonts are acceptable. We have Calibri, 11-point Calibri. We have 11-point Arial, 12-point Times Roman, 11-point Georgia. So whatever your preference, provided they are legible. And of course, these are the suggested fonts. Line spacing, use double spacing for the entire paper. Do not add blank lines before or after headings. Do not add extra spacing between paragraphs. And for line spacing, use double spacing for the entire paper. Do not add blank lines before and after headings. And do not add extra spacing between paragraphs. For paragraph alignment and indentation, align paragraphs of space of the text rather to the left margin and leave the right margin in a ragged way. Do not use full justification. Do not click the justification button. Indent the first line of every paragraph of text with 0.5 inch using tab key or the paragraph formatting function of your word processing program. Page numbers. Put a page number on the top right corner of every page, including the title page or cover page, which is page number 1. For page numbers, you use that to indicate and to ensure and facilitate easy reference of your reader. Let me show you some actual page setup that you could use. Here is the PowerPoint, the Word format for the margins. First, you can go into the margins. You can go to the layout to ensure that your margins are okay. The normal margins here is, the normal margins are here, 2.54 cm. That's, of course, equivalent to 1 inch, the one that we have talked about. So top, bottom, left, and right, you have to ensure that the margins are 1 inch around, or 2.54. Then you can go through the home and you can use here the proper fonts that you find it ideal. We have the Calibri, and of course, my favorite is Times Roman. TLT, Times New Roman 12. Okay, and of course, you can go to the reference to put up your page, insert for your page numbering, and ensure that the page number is on the right top portion of the page. And of course, we have mentioned earlier that do not use this justify, but use rather the left alignment. Okay, so going back to our slide. So again, the title page elements, we have the paper title, the author, the affiliation, the course number, instructor name, and due date. I forgot to emphasize that when you start your title, you type 4 spaces down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can have your title there. Next, you have title page line spacing. I have illustrated again, double space, whole title page. Place 3 or 4 lines down from the top so that you can start with the title, then an extra line between the title and the author page. Next, you have the title page alignment. You made it center. The title should be in the center. And of course, you have your right alignment page number on top. Okay, so the title must be in bold fonts, and of course, for the subsequent details like the author, the affiliation, and the date, these are standard fonts, no bold and no italics. And of course, text elements, repeat the title page on top of the first page of the text. Begin with an introduction to provide background and context. Use descriptive headings to identify other sections like methodology, the results discussion for quantitative research papers. And of course, sections and heading vary depending on paper type and complexity. So here we have the illustration of what we earlier mentioned, the text line spacing, double space, all text, including headings, subsection labels, paragraph text, and of course, block quotes. Okay. The indent the whole block of the code 0.5 from the left margin and also use double space. Text font, we have reiterated earlier, use the same font all throughout the entire paper. Write body text in standard, non-bold, non-italic fonts. Use italics sparingly, for instance, to a key term or on first use. So heading formats, there is a level 1 center bold title case heading. This text begins as a new paragraph. Level 2 flush left bold title case heading. Text begins as a new paragraph. We have level 3 on your screen. Flush left bold italic title case heading. Fourth, indent bold title case heading ending with a period. Then text begins on the same line and continues as a regular paragraph. And then the level 5, indent bold italicized case headings ending with a period. And the text begins on the same line and continues as a regular paragraph. For alignment, center level 1 headings, left align level 2, and level 3 headings, indent level 4, and level 5 headings like a paragraph. Again, for the font, boldface all headings. Also, I'll italize level 3 and 5 headings. And there is a tip: create a heading style using word processor format. This is built in and this is provided in the API Style website. Because this is recorded, I should have presented to a question with a prize, but I guess we'll just do that in the next report. And these are the highlights of the APA style for the first part of our presentation. The next part will be handled by our co-reporters. Thank you and a pleasant morning to everyone.